Okay, so once you, and this same pattern that I went through before where you have media, homework assignment, all the way down, quiz, and then test is repeated throughout the entire semester. So again, after you finish the first quiz and test, then you have the second quiz and test. So you have chapter 3, uh, media, then you have the homework, then you have more media, then you have more homework, then you have media, homework, so on and so forth. Then you're going to have a quiz and then a test. And it's just going to keep on going throughout with that pattern all throughout the semester, except for the very end when you're going to have a final exam at the very end. Now, if you want to access and just kind of search up the Multimedia Library, you have it right here. You can search according to certain chapters, certain sections, and then what you want to do, and it will bring up all this media. I try to make it better organized. That's the reason I put it next to the what I consider the corresponding homework or assignments, try to narrow it down. But there is a ton of media available. If you just want to go through all this, you can do that. But I think most students find this a little intimidating, and so it's a little long, obviously. But you do have that option. Now, your grade is always in the grade book. It should always be up to date. So if you want to know what grade you have in the class, just simply click on the grade book, and this will give you your overall score in the course. Now, this does not include things like drops, extra credits, things like that, right? So that's going to be calculated at the end of the semester. I'll be doing drops, curves, extra credits, things to enhance your grade at the end of the semester. But this is your base grade. Now, that means there's no reason to email me asking me what grade you have in the course, because all I would really do is I would log into MyMathLab and I would look up your grade. But you could also just log into MyMathLab and look at your grade. It's right here. Now this is timely. This is actually up to date. So after you do all your assignments, this is going to give you the grade. The only problem with this grade is if you open up all your homework assignments initially, it's going to give you a 0 on all those homework assignments until you improve it, right? So it starts off with a 0 score, and then as you complete the assignment, it's going to work your way up to 100, hopefully. So what that means is if for whatever reason, if you open every one of your homework assignments, you're going to have a 0 in your homework until you do all your homework. And so my recommendation is not to open up all your homework assignments at once to see what everything looks like. Or if you do that, make sure that you realize that your grade here is going to look weird until you finish it. It doesn't mean that's your concrete grade. That just means that's your grade until you finish your homework assignment. The same thing could be true with your test. Today you have 2 attempts on a test or even 3 attempts on a test, and you get the first one, and your grade here doesn't look that good. Well, I mean, if you haven't completed your other 2 attempts, then don't worry. I mean, this is just going to look bad until then. Throughout the semester, I am going to try to put in 0s for tests or homework assignments that you haven't completed. I'm not trying to lock you out. I'm just trying to make you aware that you're not completing your assignments on time, and because of that, this is what your current grade is. Usually, when I do that, your grade, I will give you the attempt back, but in the meantime, I'm going to try to show you what your current grade is, so nobody feels ambushed by the end when I put in a dozen 0s for past things you haven't done. I am going to be trying to put in 0s throughout this semester to keep you aware of what your current grade is. So if you know you're kindly getting behind and maybe you're failing pretty badly, maybe you can try to catch up. And email me if that happens. I'll try to maybe shuffle some due dates around. Maybe something happened in your life and you got behind. Just let me know what's happening again, and I'll try to be accommodating to that. I know summers are really stressful. These are very accelerated courses. They're triple paced. But just try to keep in touch with me. We'll try to work something out so you can hopefully get through this course successfully. I do have another copy of the class syllabus and calendar here on MyMathLab. So for whatever reason, I don't know why you didn't see that it was in, or you didn't get access to it on Blackboard. It's also available on MyMathLab. So I always have a copy of all the documents, or at least your syllabus and your calendar on both places. And here's your calendar. Shows you what all the due dates are. So green is basically, this is the ideal of the pace of this course. So you would look at all these media assignments, and then you would do all the corresponding homework assignments at this pace. I realize this is probably not realistic. Most of you probably work or have other things to do, but this is the thinnest that I can spread out the material in order for you to get it done. So if you're keeping up with the green as far as media and homework, and then you finish all these sections that you had for the green here for homework during the weekend, and then you do this test on Sunday, you're caught up, you're good. If you're not completing all this stuff in green, well, you are getting behind. There's a lot of material in this course, and it goes by pretty quickly, but you're going to have to put some time and effort into getting it done. The pace of this course is something like, normally this is a 4-hour course, so you would normally be expected to spend maybe 4 to 8 hours a week on this course. but because it's accelerated and that this is a 16-week course with 15 weeks of lecture material compressed down to about 5 weeks, where more like 4 weeks of it is the material. This is more like a triple-paced course, so expect to spend maybe 12 to 24 hours a week on this course. Now, this depends on how you are with math. If this is all review for you, it's not going to take that long. If this is your first time learning this material, or maybe you dropped out, maybe you weren't able to complete this, maybe you were in lower level courses throughout high school, and this is your first exposure to this material, you're going to have to spend a lot of time on this material. It might be 20 hours plus a week of just working and checking through all this stuff. You can do it. I've had students do it successfully, but just realize, don't expect to get through this course with 15 minutes a day or even an hour a day. It's just not going to work. Especially once you get beyond a certain point, the material does get denser and harder. Chapter 3 and 4 are kind of notoriously difficult. I mean, again, you could spend an easy 20 to 30 hours a week on this course. So please just be aware of that. That's just par for the course. If you're not doing well in the course and you're only spending 5 hours or 15 minutes or something crazy low, that's probably why you're not doing well. And please contact me. I want to help you and I'll make sure you succeed. But just be aware, if you're not spending 10, 20, 30 hours a week on this course and you're failing, if you're spending less than 10 hours especially, that's probably why you're not doing well. It's probably you're not spending enough time on the course. Okay? So just be aware, this is a time sink course. This is just, I wish there was a secret to math, but there isn't. I mean, it's just going to be intense time-wise for you to get through the course. And if you say, well, I'm bad at math, that's why I didn't put any time into it. That's like saying I'm weak, that's why I didn't spend any time lifting weights, or my cardiovascular systems are in poor shape, that's why I don't jog. That doesn't make sense. If you're not in shape mathematically, you're going to have to spend not less time, but more. And I know that's not fair, but that's just the reality of the situation. You might have to spend twice as much as the average person on math to just accomplish, a passing grade. But again, time, that's the biggest thing for your success in this course, is just to put ungodly amounts of time in it. And contact me if you need any help. I'll be putting up information on assistance services, for instance, your SI or MyMathLab. I'll make that data available. I'll email, I'll put announcements up about it so that you have access to that. Or you could just email me. You can meet me in my office hours. Or you could just email me a problem you have with a specific problem you might have on your homework, and I'll make a video of it. I'll post it so you have access to that. But just if you are struggling, let me know. But again, you're going to have to put the time in. I wish there was a way around it, but there really isn't. I also have additional material about internet help. So we have Math is Fun, Math Portal, Virtual Nerd, Khan Academy, Hippocampus, JMT videos. I also have things about U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Some of these links don't work very well right now. Planning career, stuff like that, right? So if for whatever reason you don't like the videos on Blackboard, or I'm sorry, you don't like the videos on MyMathLab, you don't like this material here, the media here, you don't like the ones that, my response, if you contacted me and I responded with a video, you don't like that, there are other sources. If for whatever reason the links don't work here, sometimes MyMathLab doesn't like the links I put in here, I can't get them to work. But seek other sources, right? So you have Math is Fun, Math Portal. You just put in Google and find it. And I put lots of suggested other sources here for additional information. Or you could just search YouTube, right? So utilize all the resources available, including the Lee College Math Lab, your SI, myself, all the media and assistance here on MyMathLab, and then all the additional resources that you can search up on YouTube or use that I have Internet Math Help and Career Info. Now, there are a set of notes that go with this course, okay? I do have a blank one right here available. So this is a blank set of notes for this course. And the homework is pretty closely associated with this. So you can print this out, or you can just order it on you might get it from the Lee College bookstore online. And it's just this is all the material we're going to cover. Notice it's 280 pages, right? Now, but it's pretty blank. It has enough room for you to work this out. So you could print this out or get a printed version of this printed out, or just order it, and then you can work through all these. This is the blank one. Now, right above it, a couple of steps above it, you have lecture notes filled out. This is broken up, and it actually shows you that set of notes worked out. So what you can do is you can look at the notes filled out and look at the examples here while you're filling out your own notes. And filling out your own notes actually helps you learn things better. math is not a passive subject. It's pretty active. You need to do the math to learn the math. It's not going to be good enough if you just look at all these things worked out step by step and then just copy it even. That's better than just reading it or watching a video. But you learn math by doing the math. Where you learn math is probably by doing the homework. That's where you're going to learn the math. Having said that, having a nice example to view while you're trying to do the math, that's not a bad idea. Okay, so that's another resource that you have available is these notes, and then of course they're filled out right there. So you have the blank one for printing, and then above it a couple of steps you have the lecture notes that are filled out, and then we have a few paper exams. I don't have any paper exams, but you do at least have access to some more example exams filled out. But this is an online course, so that's not going to help you as much. And that's it. Now, if you have any additional questions about this course, please contact me. I know this video is kind of lengthy, but I am trying to do a thorough job on about what to expect with this course. Okay, so I'm gonna repeat everything over really quickly again. You're gonna do the media. You're gonna do the homework. Media is optional. You don't have to do it. If you already know the material, you can skip the media. If you really don't know the material, you probably need to look at the media first. Then you're gonna do your homework. If the homework's going well, with the assistance of the view an example, help me solve it, the video, stuff like that, you're probably good. If you're really struggling with the homework at this point, you might need to go back to the media, take notes, and learn the material a little bit better before you attempt the homework again. Homework is saved automatically. You can work on it past the due date with a minus 20% penalty. But that's only minus 20% penalty on the problems you work afterwards. After you finish a chapter worth of material, usually you have a quiz. Quizzes are composed of questions from the homework. The quiz, unlimited tries, 10% of the quiz will be added to your corresponding chapter test. Chapter test, you'll have at least 2 tries on this. Student aids are disabled whenever you take these. You have at least 2 tries on your test. And at the end of the semester, you have a final exam. Okay. So if you have any questions, please contact me. Tell me what class you're taking from me, what your name is, and give me a specific question. I'll be as specific as I can with my answer. Other than that, great luck. Again, stay in contact with me if you have any questions, concerns, criticisms, complaints. Just let me know. We're going to try to get everyone through this successfully. But if you don't stay in contact with me, then there's not going to be a whole lot I can do to help you. And I do want to help you to be successful in this course. So have a great one and stay safe.